Hi, this is Beth. If you are watching this, you probably received a share link because you are one of my ghostwriting clients, and I want to show you how I set up your book in my beat sheet system. The beat sheet system allows you to take a look at the book as I'm working on it in real time, and it also shows a lot of the details of the book, probably more detail than you want to know. All your book is set up in my Google Drive. In the Google Drive, I have a master sheet, which is an Excel sheet, and it has all the tie-ins to each chapter. So you don't ever have to click on a chapter to read it. What you'll get is a share link, and it will take you to the Excel sheet. And in the Excel sheet, you will come to the story map. The story map is a complete outline of your book with a short synopsis, and it shows what happens in each one of the chapters and the point of view character for that chapter. If you would like, if it makes it easier for you, you can go to View, go down to Zoom, and choose the zoom percentage to make the page smaller so you can see it better. To navigate any of the pages, you go to right over here to the extreme right-hand side, right there, extreme right-hand side, and you click on that tab, and it takes you, and you just pull it up or down as you need to take a look. To navigate the workbook in itself is very easy, much easier than in Excel, because you can go over here to these stacked lines, click on it, and it shows you all the sheets in the workbook. Yes, there are that many sheets. There is a story map, there's a beat sheet, there is a chapter synopsis sheet. Shows you all the details for that particular chapter. There is the character sheets that shows detailed analysis of each of the characters and the secondary characters, they're not in so much detail. The setting summary, the settings for the book, and different info sheets for different pieces of information that I might have researched out to flesh out the book. There's also the story map worksheet, which we'll talk about in a minute, and the synopsis page. The master sheet of the entire book is the beat sheet. The beat sheet, the first chapter is actually the link to your Google Doc for that chapter. Working chapter by chapter is much easier when it comes to editing and the rest of it, since many of the programs that I use, such as ProWriting Aid and Grammarly and AutoCrit, only has a word count limit. So if I work on it chapter by chapter, I can upload the chapter, work on it, bring it back down, put it back into the workbook. One of these days, we'll get a better system. But for now, this is what we have. This shows the word count for each chapter, the actual word count that I end up with, so I can keep track to make sure I'm keeping on word count for the entire book, whether or not I edited this chapter, and the lexical density for each chapter. If you want to know more about lexical density, you can go to bethturnage.com, where I have different articles on it. The chapter title, the POV character, the sequence of the plot for the plot, and the role for that particular chapter, and the chapter synopsis, and little pieces that come from the chapter synopsis to help me keep on track for that particular chapter. And the last four columns are what I call my plot hole tracker. In the plot hole tracker, I'll put in different little pieces of information that pop up while I'm writing that I'll want to remember to bring it forward later into another chapter, or just an interesting detail. Say maybe I brought in a minor character and I pop their name in so I can remember them later on. On the beat sheet, there's also links to the character sheets. Each of the character sheets will give you a detailed analysis of the character and what I see their primary fears and their goals are. But this helps to give me a summary so I can remember little things like, oh, their eyes are green instead of brown, so we don't mess that up while we're writing. There's also links to the setting sheets and the info pages here, so you don't have to go rooting around for them. And over here is the writing calendar where I put down the schedule for each of the chapters so I can get the work to you on time. The second most important sheet to me is the story map worksheet. In the story map worksheet, I work out the details of the plot. It looks like one big run-on sentence. Really, it's not. They just feed into the chapter summaries where they're much easier to read. But this way I keep track of what's the role for this particular chapter. What do I need to accomplish in it? And what sort of things do we expect to happen? Since I write a lot of romance and I have to plot in the intimate scenes, I mark it out probably in red. Because this particular story is a reverse harem. There's lots of people to have fun with. So there we go. That's everything eventually feeds into the synopsis page, which is one of the first pieces you'll get from me. In the synopsis page, it will give you the word count for the book, how many chapters I'm writing at what word count, the short synopsis, a synopsis of the setting, the characters, their backstories, which all comes from the character sheets, and their primary goals and desires and fears. Then we go into a chapter by chapter listing of the events of the book, and then you get to decide whether or not you like it, and if you do, we go forward. So that's pretty much what we've got going on here. With the synopsis, I will send it to you as a PDF. It will look a little cleaner than this. This is just a work page. I'll make sure that everything looks good for you so it's easier for you to read. And that's pretty much what we got going on here. If you have any questions, you can get in touch with me by email if you have it, or through the Upwork platform in the workroom. And I'm happy to answer any questions or help you get the best story that you possibly can get. Thank you so much, and take care. Bye.